well with the P250. We'll try and tap him down there. I know he's here. He should get swarmed pretty quickly, but no. ALLU is the first one to fire off and put his name on the scoreboard after 5 months out in this best of 3. Alex will answer back toward S-Tag and actually gets a second toward JKS as well. Recovers it into a 3 versus 3. Could be anyone still, this one.
In has pretty much the kill served on a platter, but it was a massive struggle, and Smooya and Alex end up getting it done. They open up the A-bomb site, despite what it looked like a really good position for Complexity on the hold, and now it's all on COLDZERA. We know he's capable, but it's a 1-on-3 that Fnatic shouldn't be given away. He gets the first for himself, taps away on the head of Alex, and it's fallen suddenly all onto Crims, and he gets it done. So clearly BlameF knows what they're up against. They want to try and build up some cash against these Kevlar-less opponents. And again, 2 SMG kills within just a couple of seconds of the round kicking off. And although they will get the trade, you can see it focused their numbers heavily in towards the bottom of mid. It forced them all to commit to the swing. It gave the M4 then a pretty easy time peeking down mid, and to COLDZERA as well, swinging from set. It's taken them a while to even start putting that bomb into place. I was going to say, without fresh smokes now, they could have been in a bit of trouble. But Mezzy does at least have his crosshair trained in on construction. Good to drop the low health player. Now leaving it in a 3-on-3, but the health does still slightly favour the CTs. And indeed, Complexity going forward. It's COLDZERA again who looks to clean it up, getting at least 2 of them, and ensuring then that for BlameF the trade now as the bomb goes down. And I'm somewhat surprised Complexity have moved all the way in as Alex again W's through a smoke. What the hell not? Oh, the wall.
Oh, okay. I mean, every single wallbangs in the world is coming in right now. Unfortunately, COLDZERA is left in a 1 versus 4.
This game won't be out, but it'll make things significantly harder, rather, with the need for tomorrow to be played out as well. But what an entry already there from COLDZERA, or rather a hold to kick things off as they were pushing forward. It was perfect timing with the smoke blooming afterwards, and there's absolutely nothing being found for Fnatic right now. Smooya was somehow caught in the open on top of the hay. Flush him into the open. It will actually send them in that direction. I thought he'd be able to use the smoke for cover, but he just wanted to take the fight, and it works out initially, but somehow Fnatic with the aggression again have managed to turn it around. They eventually trade on the bomb site. Crims just charged through the construction smoke, and suddenly they have a 3-on-2, but the health is not ideal.
Kept 3 players toward B, while Fnatic go up short, and it could work out for them. ALLU does get his 1 kill, and it activates COLDZERA to peek, but he can't get anything. Mezzy gets a double entry. Great stuff from him. And although that JKS has taken Crims, they have a 3v3 afterplant to work with.
It's going to be a 5th round being taken for Fnatic. You've got to think, if they had have taken the round earlier on where they were just up against the rifle and some pistols, then they likely would have been on track for
dealt with, and that's COLDZERA. Can do something ridiculous. He might catch us timing toward Mezzy, and will. That's a gun that can be recovered. If BlameF can get some tags here through the smoke, it could be possible, but
he's going to stick around for now, seeing if he can maybe give them a hand to kick things off. In the back lines, of course, where he has the ability if he wants to just fall away, but he's found the initial kill. It will eventually cost him his life, but it looks like Fnatic with that tried to make a little, or rather Complexity with that tried to make a little bit of a pounce. And even though they don't really have the time to win out the round, as you can see, they're doing a ton of damage. They were keeping the players around the bomb, just getting the kills even in the end. And well, we'll see whether BlameF can get the themselves. But no, it's been a real struggle. They've been losing these sites incredibly quickly. And a lot of the time, obviously, as we've seen, have just been forced into saves. It's not an option now, so they are trying to make this retake work, but it's even the initial player moving in solo. He didn't have any of the backup ready.
From short as well as Crims, he now has to fall back surely toward pit. Everyone's going to be making their way out towards short. Smooya is just going to headshot all of them. It's an absolute wipeout for Fnatic. Just gets off the angle as they go towards short. He's going to be pinched between 2 different positions now, but he's got Alex to help out in pit. He gets the first, looking for a second as well, and look at the frags from Alex coming in. How about that? Out of nowhere, it's recovered into a 1 versus 2 for JKS. To ALLU and JKS. COLDZERA is here, but look at the amount of damage, despite the fact that he does take the head off of Alex. Okay, JKS, he's here to play. And it's actually a fantastic situation for him. Crims will actually get 2 in response, and now the HP is a problem, but it's still a 2 versus 2, I tell a lie. Smooya answers back and makes it a 2 versus 1. Now it's all down to COLDZERA. And I'm not sure there's really much he can do about this. 35 seconds to go. Bit of chip damage if he spots the leg of Mezzy, but Smooya's going aggressive for it. He wants to kill. We should know how low he is. COLDZERA was trying to play around with the angle.
We're going to need for a second map as COLDZERA tries the balcony drop. I admire the attempt, but they're still playing this double short setup that seems to just tear things apart. It's going to be an incredibly convincing round from Fnatic to go ahead and shut that one out, and we get a 60 hook out. I mean, it was more of just they snatched it. That's how I'm going to go ahead and put it. But a good opening kill from Alex, as he's actually going to kick things off in favor of Fnatic. We said Complexity, obviously, with the clutch of COLDZERA, had an amazing pistol round to kick off Inferno, but they've just lost everyone. It's already a 5-on-2. We don't even really get to see what's going on because the kills kills are pretty much simultaneous across the map, and suddenly it's left on JKS and COLDZERA to try and save the day. I mean, if there was two players you could put this towards, these are probably the two I'd choose for sure, but it still doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Even a couple of kills would be optimistic, and well, it's all on Cold now. He's going to need another incredible clutch. He starts it off with a kill on Brolin.
Another chance later on. But Brolin is doing even more work on the fan. I'm sure he doesn't get another one. Oh, he does as well. And even dinks BlameF. Goodness me, Brolin. 3 kills on the fan again. Can you believe it? James is now here to defend. I mean, he's got Molotov nades, but Brolin is playing a lovely angle and will just catch the head of COLDZERA and can fall back as well. And they've just been so good at this so far, Fnatic. They're just not risking these particular picks that could possibly put you in a tough situation, and Brolin once again gets a 3-piece. I mean, goodness me, he's come to play today, whatever he's up against, whether it's rifles, pistols, whatever. Now it's BlameF once again in a 1 versus 5, and he gets the first, but yeah, and that's only for a bit of money. He hasn't really been given the chance, I would say, to do anything special on the AWP as of yet, and especially getting a pick on the T side is very nice, and will even get himself a second as well. And here we go for complexity, some control toward outside. Spear is now really the only one that can probably bring this one back, because JKS is a little bit of a lurk toward lobby that I think Smooya just spotted. But with Crims, you know, in a position that is hard to find, yeah, I mean, that's it.
I've got to say, though, it's a good sign with Brolin fragging well there for Fnatic. I said, try and get things going, and they've already lost S-Attack to Smooya. A quick pick outside. He was, I believe, trying to get the wrap going towards main to see if they can maybe get a bit of a split, rather, on A. And JKS ends up actually getting caught trying to push forward on his own as well, so nothing is working out. Individual plays right now from Complexity that are being punished, and Fnatic, despite having the advantage, decide they want to continue going forward with the aggression as well.
It's a rough one for Complexity at the moment. They don't really have much in way of plan, and even though that flash is good, Mezzi will just swing anyway. Take a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. It's a 4 versus 2. Now it's all down to BlameF, and Brolin knows where he is. It looks like it's going to be a pounce toward the A site here, but Mezzi is in position. Gets a good amount of damage to ALLU before they eventually push in. But unfortunately, it's into the mixer, and Mezzi will get himself 3. Standing as well of ALLU. It's just such a tough situation to feel motivated in a situation where, you know, it's just not going to work out, and Mezzi's going to get himself another kill with the fire and flames. Brolin is there to help out for another 2. BlameF actually does answer back for 2, and it makes it 2 versus 3 with a gun that can be recovered, but other than that, I'm not sure really what you can do. The bomb is dropped on the site. It can be recovered by ALLU, and there's a gun for him as well. But there's already 2 coming in from behind. That is Alex and Crims ready to flank this bomb plant pretty quickly, and there's Alex dealing with BlameF. He gets dinked down to 1 HP somehow.
His way down through secret, and with only a single point of health. I'm not sure how aggressive he wants to get. Indeed, despite opening the door, doesn't actually commit to the fight. The hope was to maybe pull him off at a bomb, and BlameF, he's not going to drop straight down the vent. See, his CT has actually gone down waiting just in case he decides to move in that direction. Instead, though, it looks to be a very quick A split, as they've already got a couple of players around the main, including an opening that's come through from S-Attack. Although Mezzi, I was going to say, in a strong position. BlameF eventually getting himself to kill him towards the vent. Mezzi does return one, but now they can head down the vent towards B.
And get some trades, get a bomb plant, and get an after plant to work with, because they haven't really had that for a long time. COLDZERA will actually look for Mezzi. And there we go. That's the entrance that they could possibly work with.
Yeah, looking like there might be a bit towards the end of the half here for Complexity. If they can bring it to 3, if they can get the pistol round and get things going early on, then there's still a chance for them to get a bit of a fight going. But obviously there's not going to be room for any mistakes to be made, and they still need to close this out. And it looks like they should. Smooya was under heavy pressure right there, rattling off shots, hoping to be able to land one, but it doesn't.
Nicely timed. It'll actually force JKS to go in first, but COLDZERA will follow and get an instant trade. So 4v4 to work with. This is a must-win, probably, if Complexity want a chance in this map and this entire best of 3. And actually, Estad does really well to deal with Brolin. Only just, though. And that means that Alex can trade it and recover the situation. 3 versus 3 once again, and he's been so solid on the entries, on the trades, on literally everything. COLDZERA will finally catch Smooya a little bit off guard, and that might give them a chance now. 3 versus 2, 55 seconds to go, but it's the 2 British Kings left to face.
Mezzi catches the shoulder of Flame. That's actually going to be an incredibly have to give a little bit of a notice at least. The molly actually in on top of ALLU. It doesn't quite spread to him.
Skill on the team, you can actually hit the headshots, but maybe the strategy won't not work for them, and ALLU actually will catch the first. Crim's trying to dive down the vents, but will stop him. So that's the first piece of the plan that probably hasn't gone Fnatic's way, and because of that, they're just going to strafe into A, quite literally. Smooya doing some KZ round the angle. He'll get himself the first toward ALLU, but unfortunately S-Tag taking Mezzi, and COLDZERA dealing with Alex could make this one pretty hard to find, and now it's just Brolin remaining. With an insane 18-6 scoreline. I think this might be a little bit beyond him. He's got the ball on his back. They actually line up. Some damage done to Blame as well. He has to hide for a little bit longer. COLDZERA gets taken down, and now he can afford to possibly reposition and do something a little bit more fancy. A little bit of a shoulder peek coming in toward ramps. A bit of a duel, but it's a hard one to find, and JKS will hit the headshot. So Complexity will want to forget about very quickly indeed. Remember to go very aggressive with the M4 early on. Holds down Mouse 1, gets so much damage, but he has S-Tag in support. They do go 2 for 1. And Brolin's down to 27 HP as well, so that's a nice choice from Complexity. It keeps them interested, at least.
Yeah, it was needed aggression. I'm surprised he didn't get a little bit more from it. I think the bullet, the box rather, unfortunately ate a few of his bullets because it was such a tight angle, but still, coming away with Brolin on 27, both Crims and Smooya being just weakened up a small bit, it is going to be a massive opportunity. As Complexity have got themselves in a fantastic position with still a ton of time, I was going to say, for them to kind of position themselves. Unfortunately, though, ALLU had still been aggressive on towards outside. Didn't really have any weaponry to work with either. Not the best of weaponry anyway. I believe it was the FAMAS even. Unfortunately, he's been taken down, given maybe a little bit of hope here to Crims and Smooya. The aggression gets punished as well from JKS. I'm surprised he goes for it. They have the 3-on-2 at that stage. Ideally, you want to be just keeping the advantage. I guess they weren't quite sure where the push was going to go, but they keep getting caught. Smooya with a tremendous round, getting himself 2, but suddenly now being left alone as BlameF actually catches the bomb in rotation. And well, the damage done towards both of these players means it's only a single bullet that needs to land from either of them. But it's BlameF who's got the angle posted up, waiting for Smooya to come forward, and it's an easy shot to be landed.
A wild one at the moment. He had like 3 multi-frags, I think, early on, and he's making it happen again. Brolin with 2.
Low health Brolin moving in initially to try and at least confirm the position of JKS, which he's able to do successfully. JKS actually gets away with a bit of damage on top of that over towards Crims, but he's not able to get the kill. And while Mezzi on the lurk with that deagle struggles, if he had the extra body damage, that likely would have been his. But ALLU jumping around avoids the head being caught anyway. They're going to save the up over. It'll give them something to work with, but Fnatic are going to go ahead and steal themselves a 14th round for them. You can see Brolin, he's just always in there looking actively for a pick within the first couple of seconds, and he's already found one. Catches JKS over on ramp, taking a small bit of damage, and now forcing Complexity to try and make some plays, to try and salvage the situation as it just crumbles. Alex finds himself a double coming in from main. It's a 5-on-2, and it looks like this is going to be it for Complexity. As we said, it won't be the end of the road for them because it is double elimination.